We see it with the Bucks. I mean, you can't go in there expecting when you got to earn that shit. You feel me? You got to play every fucking second. You can't give shit up, bro. It all matters, and we see that.
I'm glad you mentioned the Bucks, and obviously, Joe, I know you'll have to tread lightly with some of this. Bud should have taken a fucking timeout, man. I'll just say that, because I don't know what you're doing at the end of that game as a coach. I did this little stream yesterday, and we were looking at teams that have sent the Bucks home, and it's like anytime he used to play a better coach or a good coach, loses that shit. And I don't think they're gonna fire him or anything like that, but man, that was a tough look if you're supposed to be one of the better coaches in the league.
Joe, speak to it, because we saw how Giannis sounded after the game. They asked him questions. He was like, "Yo, that's not my decision. That's the coach's about guarding
Jimmy
Himmy Butler." You feel what I'm saying? And he was like, "That's not with all due respect, that's not my decision. That's the coach's decision." And he said conversations were had. He wanted to get a shot. You have a God level basketball player on both ends of the court who wants that challenge, and you just letting Drew out there get, bro. Drew is obviously a great defender, great fucking defender, bro. But dog, he gives up size, and Jimmy was treating him like food. Shot over him, bullied him in the paint. He did whatever the fuck he wanted out there. Figured it out, and he makes no adjustments. You know what I'm saying? He can never make an adjustment. And that timeout, what the fuck does it benefit anybody to bring that timeout into the damn offseason? You feel what I'm saying? What the fuck, dude? Call that timeout. You see, your fucking team is nutting up on themselves. They gave up almost an 18-point. I think they were 1 for something in the fucking fourth quarter, or something crazy, right? They're nutting all over themselves in OT. You know what I'm saying? And then we see Grayson Allen ends up with the ball for the fucking season. He had no business having the ball. Nobody wanted it, bro. Call a timeout. Talk to your boys. Get them settled, and have them run a play. He was out there watching the game he didn't have anything involved. Somebody said he was out there watching this a fire-ass game. Nigga, you supposed to be coaching. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
First and foremost, all opinions expressed henceforth are that of Josiah Johnson alone. No other members of the Johnson family have been consulted, have been spoken to about these things. Pack that nigga up. What are we talking about?
Get him out of there, bro.
Nick Nurse on line one. Everything you said, John, to your point, you talk about the final play of the fourth quarter, the Heat's final possession of the fourth quarter. You don't have Brook Lopez in the game. This man was a defensive player of the year candidate, right? You have this size, you have this length, you have Giannis on the ball. You could have put Brook Lopez on the ball, had Giannis actually guarding Jimmy. The matchup that he said he wanted probably wasn't a good idea for the bulk of the game. But in that particular situation, I believe you had Pat Connaughton and Drew Holiday.
Would it be unnerving for the players to see his head shake, because he was barfing all over himself on that sideline. But go ahead.
But how do you not have your defensive player of the year candidates, your two best defensive threats? You have Pat Connaughton trying to – why would you do that to that man with race relations like they are in this country right now? Why would you subject Pat Connaughton to that level? Clay Travis, all these human beings in the world getting their spirits broken. And now Jimmy was one of the greatest playoff shots I think I've ever seen, just to be able to get that bitch up like that, catch and get it up.
Still don't understand it. Still haven't figured it out. Been 24 hours.
And even if you didn't expect that play to happen, you have 0.5 seconds on the clock. You have a timeout like you mentioned. You can draw a play up and get a shot off. It takes 0.3 seconds to get a shot off. You have Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the freakiest, longest, most beautiful human beings basketball's ever seen, Greco-Nigeria's finest. And you go to overtime with that. Then same situation, final play overtime with 9 seconds.
9 seconds.
You let Giannis push the ball up. As soon as Giannis shows you don't have shit cracking, Grayson Allen has the ball. That man looks too much like Ted Cruz. I'm supposed to trust him with the fate of this franchise, with the fate of this season on his back. He went to Duke.
That was the nastiest final possession of a season I've ever seen. Nobody wanted the ball. It was crazy. Dude, Giannis, and even before that, we saw it. Bro, I love Giannis. And we can talk to what he spoke to, too. Bro, no, but I mean, even like that, he was so scared of them free throws, bro. He was in his head. We almost turned the ball over trying to get it to Middleton because he didn't want to shoot free throws. He didn't want it either. He fell with 9 seconds left. No haste to get up. It's like, bro, Giannis, who looked like the team that had won a chip before? Who like the team that had been there before? It wasn't the Bucks. It's crazy. But like you spoke to Bud being a back, bro. Bud's lost. Dragonfly Jones brought this up.
Oh, we know.
Bud has lost 3 games back to back in every series he's lost. 3 games back to back in the series. I think he got smoked. They got skunked one time 4-0. Then it was there was a series before the Heat, then the Heat, and now the Heat again.
When he was with the Hawks and they had that squad with the 4 All-Stars, I believe. The fucking whole damn team made the All-Star game, and LeBron came through, smacked that ass up. Raptors, Bucks took a 2-0 lead.
Yep.
Kawhi came through, smacked that ass up. Proceeded, what we hoped would happen, to dethrone that Warriors dynasty, as time would tell. Weren't quite finished yet, but a beautiful moment. Shout out to NBA Twitter, letting us flourish in the glory that is the 2019 NBA Finals in Oracle Arena, the downfall of Oracle. No shout out to Steve Nash, though, for locking his suite so we couldn't steal more T-shirts and sell them on the black market. Game is the game.
But dog, if you have a player, you have a great team that's been together for a while. You have a player that's the best player in the world, God tier player. You can't waste any more of this man's time. You see, Bud gets figured out and doesn't counter. What Giannis just was a god in the year that they won a chip. Just an absolute fucking dog. Go ahead.
The reality is like you look at it and it's like most superstars go through this when you stick with the team that drafted you. Like they build a team, you take your shot, you win a title, you hope to win another title. The window eventually closes. And I guess my question is
it hasn't closed yet though, bro.
I don't think it's closed. I'm not talking about Giannis personally.
Okay.
I'm talking about that Bucks team. You hesitate because like they were the number 1 seed in the East. So is it an overreaction to say you maybe need to figure out what do you do with Middleton? Like, I don't know.
Middleton's going to figure that shit out. He got a player option, so they don't want him to decide. That phone might not be ringing back. But, I mean, when you look at the landscape with the market, you got a guy like Dame who may potentially be unhappy and may be ready to run from the grind. If you can make a move like that and get somebody like that, you got to get somebody to piece up with Giannis. I love Drew Holiday. I love Middleton. I love that crew, that big three. But even I'm not going to say that championship was fugazi, but it was won the year after the pandy. It was a quick turnaround. A lot of injuries were going on that season. Obviously, none bigger than AD and the hamstring that prevented the Lakers from fulfilling the prophecy and winning back-to-back championships. But that team was built for that because they got bounced out early from the pandy. You know, got fed up with being in the bubble, didn't have the mental fortitude, was ready to tap out. And
Few did have the mental fortitude.
I mean, the hardest championship in NBA history. How can, only the strong survive. Only somebody who grew up in Akron, didn't go to school for his whole 3rd grade year, has the mental fortitude in the crib playing Nintendo. He missed a lot of school one of those early years of his life. He was just at the house hanging out.
I think
buckets on the mini hoop.
Giannis, very good dude, but people, if this happened to LeBron, if this happened to Russ, people would have been so mean to them.
I think the thing is like people are talking about it. It's not like people aren't saying it. You know what I'm saying? Inside the NBA was laughing at this, at the Bucks and Giannis. You know what I mean? I think Shaq was hurt. Like, damn. You know what I mean? But I mean, we be out of bro. I think seeing this and seeing how hard it is to win, it just speaks to how great Bron is. I don't think I look at Giannis and expect him to be Bron. I expect him to beat this Heat team. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't want to put him on that level.
Your betting favorite. Yeah. But like your MVP, your betting favorite, you're the 1 seed. That
in the league, not just the East, the best team in the league.
Bro,
but
overall
that team,
1 seed. That team, now I disagree with that comment. He's not overrated.
Yeah.
I'm more speaking to the fact that like there are standards we hold certain guys to that are oftentimes unfair. I'm not saying we need to hold Giannis to that standard. I'm just saying we hold players to unfairly high standards.
Why not?
And it's
Giannis?
wild to watch this play out with Giannis because, like, he didn't want anything to do with that last shot. And, like, just for a second, consider the fact that the Bucks have Brook Lopez, who basically, I don't think he led the league in blocks, but is one of considered the best defenders in the league. Drew Holiday, one of the best defenders in the league. And then Giannis, someone that people say should probably win Defensive Player of the Year. And Jimmy Butler beats that team almost single-handedly. Like,
that's bad coaching, though, bro.
Oh, for sure.
You put Drew on him, and like, dude, obviously the size, that matchup is not going to work due to size. Drew is strong for his size and all that shit, but Jimmy's a fucking beast. His doghouse rules. He don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And when Jimmy gets going, dog, he's one of the players where his high, he can't keep it there for like a lot of the elite players. But his high is as high as anybody else, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, dog, like figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Figure out some defensive schemes, and Bud won't switch it up. He just throws the same thing at the same people. And when you had a good coach like, you know what I'm saying, like Spoelstra, you can't do that type of shit, dog.
Yeah.
And we've seen it, year after year. Other than the chip year, we've seen him consistently get out coached, bro. You're wasting Giannis's prime at this point, dog.